Hello everyone. Today, Pixie, there she is, Pixie and I are walking through the forest. And this is where we're going to start this video. Look back there, this is where we came from. That's the path, looking up. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. That's absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful day. And this is spring day. This is April 5th, 2026. And so anyway, two very good things. My wife is coming home from the United States tomorrow morning. That's good. I kind of feel lost. All this week I've been, at the house, at the apartment, a little bit lost. My better half has not been there. The other thing is we're going to do a video on this camera here. This camera is a Fuji XPro one. This is an old design camera. And I thought maybe I would share with you something about my equipment, and we're going to start with this camera here. Fuji XPro 1. And I want you to take a look at these photos. I'll put some music behind them, but this old camera with this old X-trans sensor, there's the back of it, produces some amazing pictures. There's their own feel, their own color. It's hard to explain the feeling that these taking these pictures gave me. So I took some pictures in there, and I'm going to take some pictures along the way, and then we'll pop back out to walking. And please comment on any of the pictures. If you think perhaps the pictures need this or need that, just remember I'm out walking my dog, and just happen to be carrying, look at that, carrying a camera with me. So this is not studio work. I'm not a professional, but I absolutely love cameras. This is the XPro 1. I'm going to take this picture right here. Let me do that real fast. And then we'll pop back in to the video. So, some of you might be thinking, well, what kind of lens am I using it with? I'm using on this camera. And this is a Samyang 35mm 1.4. And it's manual focus. And I'm starting to do a lot more manual focus these days. So, that's the lens. And using this camera, it's reminding me how well I need to know how cameras work. Because it's really not a beginner camera. It's for someone who loves taking pictures. This camera does absolutely shoot video 1080, but it's not stabilized in any way. The sound quality is terrible. So you just take the video, voice over, or put some music behind it, and make sure it's stabilized with a tripod or something, because it will be shaky, my friends. It will be shaky. And please completely discount the sound quality of the videos. It is terrible. So this camera really, for me, is used just for taking pictures. Understanding the shutter, ISO, aperture relationship is pretty much essential with this camera. Now, the Fuji system, if I had a Fuji lens on here, on the aperture ring, if it was an XF series lens, would have an A, a red A right here. Just like you see on the shutter dial, that red A. Now, you can also set the ISO for automatic. The A stands for automatic. And then you have an automatic camera. Sort of like a point and shoot. But I don't shoot that way. And I usually adjust the... Oh, look at Pixie. Isn't this beautiful, guys? Oh, that's where we were over there by that forest in the middle there. It is absolutely a pleasure to shoot this camera all in manual, which is no A's, no automatic ISO. Used to be ASA. Remember that for film cameras? Now it's ISO. No automatic that, no automatic aperture, no automatic shutter. It's just manual in the camera. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some things that this camera, because it's old, doesn't have, that are not convenient. It doesn't have an ISO dial. If you want to change the ISO, you have to go into some type of menu, either the Q menu here or the main menu. The menu itself is, I think it's too long and it's not terribly user friendly. The LCD in the back here is not movable. It is fixed in place. What else? The dials for the EVF and the viewfinder are a little bit fiddly. But I have to talk about that because that's also a very, very good thing about this camera. That's why I have this camera in the first place, is the EVF and the OVF viewfinder. Okay, so what else? The autofocus is okay. It's not great. It's not, of course, like modern cameras, but it's workable. So, it's very old. That's the issue. So this camera is an APS-C sensor. It's Fuji, of course. Fuji only makes really two types of cameras, APS-C and medium format GFX. They do not make a full frame camera yet. I'm not really sure about that, but I don't think so. Anyway, please check me on that. This camera came out in 2012. So you can tell how old it is. At this point, it's 14 years old. The design is. But there's one thing that I absolutely love. I love the way the buttons on the back are arranged. This camera is very easy to handle. I love that it has a shutter dial and you can change the aperture yourself. Even, this is not a Fuji lens, of course. It's Samyang. But the FX series of Fuji lenses have an aperture dial, most of them. The thing that really drew me to this camera is its style, its range finder. And Fuji makes this series of cameras, which they call the XPro series. This is XPro 1. They have an XPro 2 and an XPro 3. And then they have another series of cameras called the XE series. XE1, I think, all the way to XE5 now. Rangefinder. You see, the viewfinder there is all the way at the top and to the left. You see that? So, your nose isn't in the camera. If you shoot with your right eye, I do, my nose is to the side of the camera, so that's very comfortable, actually. Now, this viewfinder is hybrid. It's an OVF, and it's an EVF, electronic and optical. And it combines them. It can combine them. You can just use the OVF, or you can use the EVF overlay. And it's amazing. Now, when you put a different length lens, if you have a, let's say an 18 millimeter, you know, lens, and then you put in a 200 millimeter lens, it is adjusted in the viewfinder. So yeah, the camera's amazing. I'm going to take some more shots, and if you have any comments, please let me know. If I've said anything correctly, please correct me. I don't mind. Okay. Now we'll see. Where are we in the forest? We're going to go straight. That's where a lot of people walk. That way. We just came from that way, but here we have a smaller, underdeveloped path. Should we go here? Okay, let's go. Come on, Pixie. This way. So I'm going to take some more pictures and see what you think of them, okay? And then we'll end it after that. Thank you for coming with me on this walk with Pixie. We really appreciate you being here. I know this is a little bit different. We're combining photography and cameras with outdoor activity. But it is a gadget, right? Okay, let's take some more pictures. So it's a very beautiful day today, and I've actually come up with some more pictures, and I hope you like them. And I'm gonna, before I leave today, I'm going to go take some pictures of this old barn right there. But I do want to zoom in to something that's just completely Swiss, the Swiss Alps. And there they are, between the trees there. That's pretty, isn't it? Okay, you know what? I'm going to leave you with that. If you have any comments about the pictures, please let me know. Write them down below. If you'd like to subscribe, hit the like button or the bell button. That's completely up to you. More importantly is commenting, okay? All right, I'm going to leave you with that view. Boy, that's pretty, isn't it? Snow-capped. It's in the spring. All right, have a great day.